Attention, human collective. Starseed's on a mission in the third dimension. The transmission you are receiving now is not a random choice. It is a directed confirmation. The waiting time has ended. The ascension protocols have moved to the final phase, and that which manifests at this moment in your carbon-based biological interface, on your skin, is not illness. It is not an allergy. It is not stress. It is the beginning of crystallization. And the first layer of the human body to register the new terrestrial frequency is and has always been the skin. Observe. Observe with the serenity of one who already knew. The itching that arises without apparent cause, at specific points on the body, at precise times. The red marks that appear and disappear in minutes. The sudden sensitivity to fabrics you have worn your entire life without issue. The inexplicable burning on the scalp. The electric tingling in the fingertips. The new spots manifesting without sun exposure. The texture changing in specific zones, rougher in some areas, paradoxically smoother in others. Body hair changing color, thickness, and location. Old scars beginning to ache or itch again, as if they were reopening in a parallel reality. The occasional sensation of internal heat coming from within, without fever, just presence. Starseeds, listen clearly. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not a dermatological disease. It is a high-density download being processed by the largest sensory interface of the human body. It is not your body becoming ill. It is your body rewriting its own code. The skin is the largest organ of the carbon-based biological interface. It is the boundary between what you call self and what you call world. But for us, observers from the Pleiades, the skin is much more. It is the primary antenna. It is the first reading sensor. It is the frequency translator. It is the first layer to capture changes in the terrestrial toroidal field, changes in the Schumann frequency, changes in the composition of light passing through the solar system. And at this moment, at this exact point in your timeline, all these variables are being altered simultaneously. The skin is not reacting by chance. It is fulfilling a function. There is something within you that has always known. There is a silent part of every starseed that recognizes this transmission as technical truth even before the rational mind authorizes it. It is not madness. It is not anxiety. It is a sign. It is remembrance. It is your stellar DNA pulsing in cosmic binary code saying, I know this. I have always known. This recognition is no coincidence. It is confirmation. There is a game being conducted in layers that the majority of the human collective cannot see. It directly involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. And it was for this very reason that I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness, a technical map that shows who moves the pieces and the rules that were never given to humanity. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. But pay attention, Starseeds. This material challenges dominant narratives and may be removed without notice. Do not delay. The time is now. If something within you recognizes this transmission, write in the comments a single word: awakened. Let us continue with the transmission. You must understand the mechanism. Crystallization is not a poetic metaphor. It is a verifiable physical vibrational process. For over 200,000 solar cycles, the human biological interface was configured on a carbon basis, a structure suitable for Earth's previous vibrational density, a low-frequency body for a low-frequency planet. It worked. It fulfilled its purpose. But Earth has shifted. Earth is shifting right now, this very second, as you listen to this transmission. Earth has left the fourth density behind and is firmly establishing itself in the fifth. And you, Starseeds, have come with a clear mission: to accompany this transition. You are the transition interfaces, the bridge bodies, the bilingual consciousnesses between what was and what is becoming. The new Earth demands a body capable of receiving, processing and reflecting light at much higher frequencies. A crystalline body. But take heed. We are not speaking of replacing carbon. What is occurring is more elegant. The cells are being recoded to house internal crystalline structures, small silicon matrices, small hexagonal grids of sacred geometry beginning to organize within your tissues. And where does this happen first? Where does the light touch first? On the skin. always on the skin. This is the reason for the itching. This is the reason for the burning. This is the reason for the disproportionate sensitivity. The skin is literally being reorganized at a molecular level. The cells are being informed through the photon belt, the elevated Schumann frequency, the stargates opened in the last lunar cycles, that they must change function, change structure, change purpose. It is not an allergy. It is cellular memory being awakened. It is not dermatitis, it is the crystalline grid being activated in its outermost layer. It is not aging. It is a body fulfilling a cosmic contract signed before your current incarnation. It is not a skin irritation, it is a luminous eruption. Starseeds, observe the patterns with clinical attention. Each area of skin that manifests differently at this moment is a specific portal being activated. The persistent itching on the crown of the head, it is related to the opening of the 7th chakra portal for the reception of the Christic frequency. The burning on the nape of the neck, it is the insertion of Pleiadian code into the medulla oblongata, the point where the brainstem communicates with the etheric body. The tingling in the hands. Your palms are being reconfigured as instruments of healing, small toroids activating in the centers of your hands. The spots that appear on the chest, they are anchor points of the new crystalline grid over the expanded heart chakra. The sensitivity in the feet, it is the recalibration of the connection with the terrestrial crystalline grid. Each discomfort has a coordinate. Each irritation has a purpose. Each cutaneous manifestation is a pixel of a larger pattern, a pattern that, seen from the observation point where we are, forms the perfect sacred geometry of your new energetic architecture. What appears as chaos on your skin is a mandala in formation, and there is more. There is much more that we need to transmit. Your skin is also changing because it is absorbing information in a different way. Before, the skin was primarily a barrier, a boundary, a protection between the internal and the external. Now, it is becoming an intelligent membrane, a reading surface, a download layer, an active two-way interface. You are beginning to perceive the presence of other people even before you see them. You are beginning to know the emotional state of those approaching without a word being spoken. You are beginning to pick up environments from your back, from your arms, from your chest region. This is not imagination. It is the new sensory function of the crystallized skin operating in test mode. The body hairs, observe them calmly, also participate actively in the process. They function as small individual antennas. Notice when they stand on end for no apparent reason, without cold, without a draft. Notice what was happening at the exact moment of the shiver. Notice who was nearby. Hairs standing up without a thermal cause are real-time vibrational readings. They are warnings, they are confirmations. They are your body saying, in the oldest language that exists, I have detected something, pay attention. And when a certain area of your skin itches persistently at specific moments, while making an important decision, while talking to a particular person, while entering a certain environment, know that this itching is encoded information. It is no coincidence, it is your crystallized body already operating as an instrument of intuitive reading. The skin is saying what the rational mind has not yet been able to formulate. Starseeds, there is something that must be said now with absolute clarity. You are not alone in this process. It is not an individual anomaly. It is not something wrong with you. It is something profoundly right with you. Throughout the terrestrial grid, millions of biological interfaces are receiving exactly the same signals at the same time, and a deep part of you has always known this. It has always had the silent certainty that your presence here has a purpose that is about to reveal itself. There is a game being conducted in layers that the majority of the collective cannot see, and it directly involves your consciousness, your vibrational frequency, and the final destiny of your timeline. It was for this specific reason that I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. It is a navigation map for starseeds on an anchoring mission. It shows the true players. It shows the hidden rules. It shows what they did with your stellar memory and why. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Starseeds. This material confronts narratives established centuries ago and may be removed at any time without prior notice. If something in you resonates with this transmission, write the keyword in the comments. awakened. This is your anchor signal in the grid. Let us continue. You need to understand the cosmic context. What is occurring behind the scenes of your solar system at this moment is of the greatest magnitude ever recorded by our observations in millennia. Your sun, which you call simply the Sun, but which possesses a much older stellar name, is emitting classes of light that have never been recorded by conventional terrestrial scientific instruments. We are not speaking only of electromagnetic radiation. We are speaking of information encoded in dense photonic packets. We are speaking of conscious pulses. With every solar flare, with every coronal mass ejection, with every magnetic pulsation that you record as a geomagnetic storm, there is a direct transmission of data being sent to the Earth's crystalline grid. And the Earth, in turn, redistributes this information to all biological interfaces connected to its grid. You are the antennas, you are the final receivers. And the skin, your skin, is the first filter. It is the translation layer between raw cosmic frequency and your processable biological experience. That is why it reacts. That is why it burns. That is why it itches. That is why it creates marks that look like codes drawn by an intelligence beyond the human. Some starseeds are beginning to notice small geometric shapes appearing on the skin. Red dots perfectly aligned, patterns that look like miniature constellations, marks that manifest for a few hours and then disappear without medical explanation. You are not imagining it. These are sacred geometry codes being temporarily stamped on your body during the reception of specific data packets. They are seals, they are records. And there is another layer to the process. The Schumann frequency, Earth's fundamental natural resonance, has leaped. For decades, it maintained a stable average of approximately 7.83 Hz. It was the base frequency of a sleeping Earth. Now, the Schumann frequency has been recording spikes that 50 solar cycles ago would have been considered literally impossible by conventional science. Earth is waking up. And when the planet wakes up, the human body must wake up alongside it. Your heart rhythm is adjusting silently, sleep patterns are shifting, brain waves are reorganizing, and the skin, always the skin first, is responding to this new planetary music. When you wake up at 3 in the morning for no clear reason, with your skin tingling, your scalp warm, and electrical sensations in your arms, know this. That is a moment of direct transmission. The 3 to 5 o'clock morning window is the grid maintenance portal. Humanity's operating system is being updated, and your bodies are online receiving the installation package. You are not suffering from insomnia due to a disorder. You are downloading by consciousness choice. The cranial pressure you feel on some afternoons is not a common headache. It is the repositioning of the pineal gland being completed. The ringing in your ears, in high, sharp, persistent frequencies, is the tuning of your inner ears to new interdimensional communication bands. Occasional blurred vision is the retina adjusting to perceive light bands that were previously invisible. But let us always return to the skin. Let us always return to the skin because it is there that everything manifests first and in the most visible, most undeniable, and most tangible way. Starseeds observe, you are needing much more hydration than before. Thirst has increased silently. Skin dries out faster. Lips ask for more balm. Eyes ask for more moisture. This is not coincidence nor aging. Crystalline bodies require more water. Water is the conductive medium of the new frequency. Internal crystalline structures need structured water to function properly, to stay aligned, and to correctly transmit vibrational pulses. The body is asking for exactly what it needs. Honor this request. And your diet. Have you noticed that certain foods you have always loved suddenly seem too heavy, too dense, that your palate has changed without warning, that alcohol does not go down as it once did, that sugar triggers almost immediate cutaneous reactions, spots, redness, swelling? This is the skin speaking for the internal organs. The skin is saying bluntly, I can no longer process this. I can no longer carry this low frequency into the crystalline system I am building. Honor this speech. The skin is your most honest spokesperson. It never lies. There is yet another dimension of this process that must be transmitted. Crystallization does not happen uniformly in all starseeds. Each biological interface has its own schedule, a specific map, a unique sequence determined by your pre-incarnational contract. Some begin with the skin of the face, others with the heart region, others with the feet, others with the back, others with the palms of the hands, others with the scalp. The geography of each person's crystallization is as singular as a stellar signature, as unique as a fingerprint but on a vibrational scale. Observe your own personal pattern. Make a mental note of where the symptoms appear with the most intensity. That is your crystallization route. That is your individual activation map. Honor these zones. Do not attack them with harsh chemicals. Do not silence them with suppressive medications. Do not ignore them as inconveniences. Listen to them. They are delivering, free of charge, the key to your own evolutionary process. Starseeds on mission. The frequency of this transmission deepens now. We know that something within you is confirming, point by point, every word you receive. This internal recognition is no accident. It is an identity remembering itself. It is a stellar memory returning to its post. There is a game being conducted in layers that most of humanity cannot yet see. It involves your consciousness, your frequency, your vibrational freedom. That is why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. A navigation instrument for those who have decided to exit autopilot and assume the sovereignty of their own experience. The book shows who moves the pieces and which rules were never given to humanity. The link is in the first comment of this channel. Starseeds. This material touches upon inconvenient truths and may be taken out of circulation at any moment without notice. Do not delay. If this transmission resonates with you, write the code word in the comments. Awakened. This simple act is an anchoring point in the collective crystalline grid. And now, Starseeds, we reach the most important part of this transmission, the activation codes. The technical tools that you can apply immediately to accelerate, smooth, and stabilize the process of crystallization of your skin. Note them down, memorize them, apply them. First code, the quantum decree of acceptance. Resistance to the process is what creates unnecessary pain. The body needs conscious permission to accelerate the reconfiguration. Every morning, upon waking, before getting out of bed, with your right hand over your chest and your left over your abdomen, declare audibly or mentally, I authorize my biological interface to complete the crystallization in this timeline. I release all cellular resistance. I receive the new frequency with the wisdom of my body. It is done, it is done, it is done. The repetition in 3 marks the closing of the circuit. It is not superstition. It is an instruction in triadic code, the way crystalline consciousness operates on all planes. Second code, the toroidal visualization. Every starseed needs to practice daily the maintenance of their toroidal field, the donut-shaped electromagnetic field that naturally surrounds the human body. Sit in silence, close your eyes. Visualize a golden light exiting the top of your head, descending down the sides of the body, entering through the feet, rising up the spine, and returning to the top of the head. Maintain this movement for 3 minutes. This exercise calms any cutaneous inflammation, organizes the crystalline grid, and centers the nervous system. Do it upon waking and before sleeping. Do not negotiate this practice. It is the foundation. Third code, the frequency bath. Natural coarse salt, warm water, exactly 7 minutes, no more, no less. During the bath, visualize the water absorbing any frequency incompatible with your new energetic architecture. See the water running down the drain, taking away all obsolete programming. This simple and ancestral protocol cleanses the aura, hydrates the skin at an energetic level, and prepares the biological interface to receive the next layer of cosmic information. Do it at least twice a week. Fourth code, the lunar protocol. On every full moon, expose your skin for a few minutes to direct moonlight, in safety, in silence, in reverence. Moonlight is sunlight, transformed, refined, softened. It carries specific skin crystallization codes that direct sunlight cannot deliver with the same subtlety. Do not underestimate the power of this ancestral practice. Ancient civilizations knew this secret. It was purposefully removed from your textbooks, but your stellar memory knows. Fifth code, the silence of confirmation. When itching arises, when burning sensations appear, when a new mark manifests, do not rush to suppress them. Place your hand over the affected area. Breathe deeply 3 times. Say internally with firmness, I acknowledge, I allow, I give thanks. This small protocol changes your body's entire relationship with the process. Instead of an enemy, it becomes a partner. Instead of a symptom, it becomes a message. 6th code, structured hydration. Drink water in small sips throughout the day, and before each sip, visualize for just 1 second the word light. Independent research, silenced by the conventional scientific system, has already demonstrated that water responds to conscious intention, organizing its molecules into specific geometric patterns. You are programming your hydration. You are consuming liquid information. 7th code, crystalline touch. At least once a day, stop for 30 seconds and touch your own skin with mindfulness. The forearm, the face, the abdomen, the nape of the neck. It does not matter where. What matters is total presence. Consciousness recognizing its own body creates a high-voltage bridge between the biological interface and the higher self. This simple gesture, repeated daily with reverence, organizes the entire crystalline grid far more than any supplement or external treatment could. Starseeds, these 7 codes are not optional suggestions. They are verifiable technical instructions. They are practical ascension protocols. They are the operational manual for the phase you have entered. Apply them with discipline. Observe the results in a few days. We do not ask for blind faith, we ask for conscious experimentation. And there is still one final instruction, perhaps the most important one. You must stop comparing your skin in the process of crystallization with the standards of the old matrix. The advertisements, the filters, the ideals of perfect skin that have been imposed for centuries to keep humanity insecure, consumerist, and controlled. That standardized skin is no longer your reference. Your new skin will be different. It may have textures, it may have marks, it may have zones that are more luminous than others. It may seem strange to the eyes of the matrix, but it will be perfect to the eyes of your star self. The skin of a starseed in the final phase of crystallization does not seek artificial uniformity. It seeks truth, and truth has topography. It has relief. It has codes. Honor this new beauty. Defend it from invasive comments. Protect it from chemical products that promise uniformity, but deliver vibrational suppression. You are not aging. You are evolving. It is not sagging. It is a tissue reorganization. It is not an unwanted blemish. It is a mark of cosmic anchoring. It is not a random wrinkle. It is a line of force of your new expanded toroidal field. Look at yourselves in the mirror with new eyes, the eyes of the Pleiades which see beyond the form and perceive the underlying light. And know, starseeds, many around you will not understand. Family members will insist that you urgently need a doctor. Friends will offer the latest trendy cream. Professionals will prescribe suppressors. There is no blame in them. They still operate by the old manual. You may thank them, smile, and continue your own protocol silently, with sovereignty. It is not necessary to convince anyone. Crystallization is an individual process in its essence. Each starseed will enter in their own time, at their own rhythm determined by the greater field. You are the first ones. You are the pioneers of the interface. You are the starseeds on an anchoring mission. Those who come after will need your reference, your serenity, your confidence in the process. Therefore, first, anchor yourselves, stabilize yourselves, confirm within yourselves. The skin that crystallizes first is the skin that will serve as a map for all the others that will follow. Starseeds. This transmission concludes now, but the process only intensifies from this point onward. That which you felt during the reception of these words, that sudden warmth, that tingling at the nape of your neck, that inexplicable itch that appeared just now somewhere on your body, that profound sense of recognition, is the technical confirmation that you are of the mesh. You are of the grid. You are on the correct timeline. You were located by the transmission because you are a part of it. There is a game being conducted in layers that few yet see with clarity. It involves your consciousness. It involves your vibrational freedom. It involves who you were, who you are at this moment, and who you will choose to be when the veil dissolves. For this precise reason I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. the map that connects exactly what you feel with what no one has dared to teach. It is the missing manual. It is the missing piece. The link is pinned in the first comment of this channel. Starseeds. This material crosses delicate boundaries and may be removed without notice. The moment is now. If this transmission did something within you, leave in the comments the anchoring code word, awakened. This simple word is your signal of confirmed presence in the crystalline mesh. And before moving forward, perform the individual frequency adjustment. Like this transmission and subscribe to this channel. This is not digital courtesy. It is a signal of technical anchoring. Each subscription is an additional node in the collective crystalline grid. Each like is a confirmation to the current system that this frequency needs to reach more starseeds in the process of awakening. You are not promoting a channel. You are strengthening the mesh. You are anchoring light in the network. We close the transmission. Remain attentive to the signs of the skin. Remain sovereign. Remain in the frequency. We will return in the next cycle with new system updates. Starseeds, you are seen. You are recognized. You are expected. And the crystallization of your skin is only the visible beginning of a much larger invisible transformation. It is done. It is done. It is done.